LazySusan spin around. Topics lifting off the ground. Movies, music, games, and TV. Stay tuned and you will see.
I clicked the wrong button.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the LazySusan. I can't believe you did that on my intro. That completely threw off my train of thought.
There you go. I'm supposed to be at the bottom.
Oh, my goodness.
Trolling.
Adam's over here throwing us curveballs. Sorry for
Had to mix it up for them.
lackluster.
Want to catch Todd on his toes, you know?
I guess so. Jeez. Oh, my goodness.
Was that the old
hello,
music?
everyone.
Yeah, it was.
Awesome.
Ooh, yeah.
Oh, it's been so long. Sorry, Todd. Sorry.
No, you're good. You're good. We're finally back after 2 weeks. We're back to rotate around the topics as we do. Yeah. I'm just gonna jump right into it. How you guys doing? How was your last 2 weeks? I guess we had a little bit of a show last week with the recording, but it wasn't really a show.
Yeah, Derek and Todd finally got to do their football match. That was pretty sick.
That was
Derek
hopefully we get many more.
Boss,
He did,
as he always does.
It's just so unfortunate that we weren't recording the Super Bowl game we played.
We didn't play a Super Bowl game.
Very outcome.
we'll
Very
have
different.
to have a special Super Bowl game on the LazySusan for everyone.
Okay.
But it'll have to be after several matches, you know? We'll have to
Sure.
figure that out. We should do absolutely something like that.
I'm down.
Just
But yeah,
like
no.
any other game, but yeah.
We got to figure out another time we could squeeze in, just maybe I know I say quick, but an hour is not too bad, but
No,
I'm sure there'll be a day or something we can get it going.
Oh yeah.
that'd be fun.
Well, what have you guys been up to the past 2 weeks?
Same shit, man.
For me, I started streaming more on my personal account on
Nice.
Neswick, and been going pretty hard on that for multiple reasons, but kind of always wanted to get back into the flow. I needed to really take that leap and just do it instead of just saying I'm going to do it. Just finally did it, getting into the flow of it, feeling really good about it. Everything's working out really nice. It's also giving me the opportunity to get used to OBS and kind of get used to changing things on the fly and making sure things are all running really smooth, which they absolutely are. And
Nice.
PC's killing it with being able to run it. So I'm stoked about that, and everything's looking good. I'm multi-streaming.
Some, hiccups with the internet or here and there.
Yeah, except for it was yesterday. I had internet just throttled for some reason. It just kicked me. I had to jump on in the middle. That was
This
unfortunate.
is your
but
fiber, right?
Yeah, it was weird
Was
because
it
I checked it.
for your entire area, or was it?
No, it was I don't know what happened, but I went over to the modem. All the lights were green. Router, all the lights were green. I just had to do a reboot, and everything was good. I don't know why it wasn't.
Weird.
Yeah. So a little hiccup, but I was back in action, back to streaming. I was multi-streaming as well from OBS.
Nice.
So that's been huge. Something I wanted to make sure I figured out because, I guess I could bring that up here. I do want this episode will be the last episode on StreamYards. I feel comfortable with taking us to OBS.
Adam.
Moving forward. Yeah, I feel like it's just mutual. It's beneficial to all of us especially when it comes to sharing content, like videos or a game, when it comes to streaming and whatnot. This way, it's just easier to manage. There's no latency issues that we have, and it's something now that I figured out how to do properly. It'll be easier to manage. Sorry, I was hearing some noises. It's probably the squirrels in my roof. I think it is. That's trippy.
Crazy.
All right. But aside from that, I'm very stoked. But the live stream has been going great, and
That's
I've
good.
been playing Ark.
That's awesome, man.
A ton of Ark, playing that. Even got a consistent viewer. His name's Voltron. If he ends up watching this, I've shouted out the channel many times to him. He asks what we talk about. I tell him, pop culture references. But if he's, ends up checking this out or in the chat, shout out to Voltron. He's been a major help. He's my Alfred to me being Batman on the game, because he's given me all the information I need. He's the perfect person to have behind the seat watching me play this game, because he's like, no, you got to go over this way. You got to do this. They're going to see this monster over here. You're going to make sure,
That's
give me
cool.
all the yeah, make sure I'm doing things properly and not wasting my own time, which I do that a lot. But it's been a lot of fun. Been a lot of fun talking to somebody with that knowledge of Arc and being able to stream it. And it seems like he's enjoying the stream as well, so that's always good. But yeah, aside from that, not much else. But I've been very stoked about it. So, moving on forward for us, I feel like that change should be pretty nice. Moving forward, should be almost.
I'm here for it. I'm here for it.
It was all money in our wallets, you know. StreamYards has been super helpful. No ill will to them. It's just it is costly and it is like a very nice, helpful hand. But if I feel like you just got to get the kick out of the nest. You got to be able to fly on your own. And then this finally, I feel like I'm reaching that point where we can fly on our own right now.
Oh yeah, that's what's up. I remember the main reason why we went over to StreamYards was because of the multi screens. You feel like
even if it's something that gets throttled, the way I've been able to move things is a lot faster than I was in the past, where I was like taking like 5 minutes to go, okay, wait a minute. Now, like if that were to happen, I'd be like, all right, boom, 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 boom. All right, we're back at it. You know?
Okay.
Plus all of our abilities, like how we've grown, just being able to communicate to the stream, I feel like has gotten way better from when we started off. When we hit our 100th episode, I would love to do a recap of where we were to where we are now. Like I'm sure the differences would be insanely huge.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah. So that alone, I'm sure like if we did face some type of technical issue, we can talk and entertain to kind of surpass it while I'm fixing things. And I'm feeling very comfortable with all of us and with my abilities handling OBS.
Oh yeah. That's exciting.
Yeah, very exciting. So Yep.
Oh yeah, Derek, anything for you?
No. Playing the same stuff, watching the same stuff, you know. Nothing too crazy. Yeah. Still haven't seen Sinners. I know. One piece of crap.
I saw it again.
Digitally.
It was
nice.
It was amazing.
Yeah, I'm jealous. But I'll get around to it, you know. I'll watch it when I watch it. Looking forward to that.
Right on, Todd. How about you? Anything special this past week for you?
Other than like the usual stuff of just like getting ready, going to move within these next couple weeks. That's like the biggest thing on our plate right now. Shout out to everyone for the birthday wishes this week. My birthday was this Monday, so that was dope.
Let's give them.
We went to Andretti.
Woo! Happy birthday, Todd. Yeah.
Or race kart place. Thank you. And
That's birthday.
Derek.
Oh man, I'm so sorry, brother.
It is okay.
He said it, and I'm like, wait a minute. He said this past Monday. And nobody said anything. Oh man.
Oh man.
I'm a bad person. That sucks.
Couldn't be me.
Got it.
Adam was close. He almost missed it too.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's brutal.
But I got it on the day.
I
did not.
You're only 3 days late. It's no biggie, Derek.
To do this on the podcast is crazy. That's wild. I am so sorry, brother.
Oh man, I'm not gonna lie. We did kind of plot that because you didn't do it the day of, and then I was like, all right, well, we got to see if he remembers the next day. And you didn't, so I was like, all right, well, at this point, now we just got to call him out on the podcast. Like, don't say anything.
Yeah.
Even when I hopped into the chat with you and Nick, I was like, Nick, don't say anything, please. So, yeah, that's great. That's great.
Yeah, Todd yesterday told me about it. I was like, he didn't? And he's like, nope. And I was like, oh, no. He's like, all right, but don't say nothing because it'd be hilarious to catch his reaction on the podcast.
Oh, man. That sucks.
You're a horrible brother, Derek.
I really am.
Beats him in Madden, and he says
first.
He's done.
Everyone saw it here. Damn.
I figured that was why you let me win that Super Bowl game that you were talking about.
Oh,
that's fucking crazy.
The guilt.
Did we play that on your birthday?
We sure did.
No way.
We sure did. Oh man, I figured that was the silent happy birthday that I got was that game. Like, here's your Super Bowl win.
Oh man, no.
That's rough.
Oh, man.
That sucks. Oh, man. Wow.
So yeah. Had the birthday this week. That was fun. Went
Happy
to
birthday.
Andretti's. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
It's like an indoor race cart thing that does like the super fast race carts, and then it has like a bunch of other stuff like an arcade, a VR experience, laser tag. What's the other thing? 7D, like movie where you're like shooting stuff and all that stuff. Yeah. So that was pretty dope. And then we had tacos. So
Awesome.
saw Sinners again, of course. Been playing some video games when I have the chance, but this past week at work was crazy because of like just events we had going on. So that was annoying. But now we're going into our slower season, hopefully. So hopefully I'll have a little bit more time on my hands. We're going to California next week, right? Next week.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
What's in California?
Family. Just going out there to do some stuff. Yeah. It's kind of all I really have on my plate at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, I finished playing Last of Us 2, which is always a good time. Right in time.
I saw it was The Last of Us 1 was on sale on Steam. Solid sale for $30.
$30. That's so old.
So stupid.
Yeah, but you already own that game. You have it.
I know. I do.
Yeah. So
You
that
have it.
doesn't matter what they charge though, the first one, because you're never gonna buy it.
It's a heinous act.
It's
the finale. We can talk about that when we talk about TV, but God, I did not like that.
Really quick, just discovered that. Saw it over here. There's like a new beta thing they were testing out. Right as I say we're leaving. It's a pretty cool feature. They got it where we can actually see the comments pop up actually live in a nice little format. If you guys see it at the bottom right of our
I like that it stays there as opposed to like just here's the comment and then it fades away and disappears like before when we have to like click on it and show the comment like that.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's pretty neat. See, these are things I could take and be like, oh, you know what? This is a good way to do it. And I'll find a way to implement that in some type of way.
Well, absolutely. You should definitely have the
comments popping
on
up.
this stream. Yeah.
Yeah. Sounds good.
Does this thing go away now?
Well, that being said, what do you want to jump in? We jump into video games? We got quite a bit to talk about.
Let's just go down the list, Adam. You make a list. We're going down it from top to bottom.
All right.
Yep.
Here we are. Video game landscape.
Video games.
Video games.
Well, I guess I'll start off with this one since it's more so pertains to me. With Monster Hunter.
Is it out now?
Yep, they did their Street Fighter collab that just popped up this week on what was it, the 26th, I think, or I forgot exactly when it popped up, but a day or two ago. And I have my gripes, but it was a very good collab initially. I called it like a half-baked. They implemented a lot of things phenomenally. I'm trying to take away anything from the collab, but for the Street Fighter Monster Hunter collab, adding Akuma, phenomenal. Adding the movesets, phenomenal. And also, like, are they hinting towards 15th weapon? His moveset is actually too clean for it not to be like, for just to be like a crossover event. Like, I feel
is this something you have free access to, or do you have to pay? Oh,
no,
really?
You have free access to getting Akuma, getting the moveset. His moveset is weird because it works like an item on your belt. You click it, and then every time, like after you start it up, your X and Y's become different punching and kicks combos with your B on Xbox controller. But, doing all these different things, and the combos feel really nice. And I'm like, dude, this should definitely be, or if anything, I feel like is a major hint. I feel like when they do their huge expansion for Wilds, they'll implement the 15th weapon. And I wouldn't be surprised if that's what it would be, like a martial arts hand-to-hand combat type thing, or maybe gauntlets or some sort. I do think there was too much work put into this for that just being a crossover. Like, so major kudos for that. I'm not going to try to take anything away from that. The only thing I will take away from this crossover was the way the microtransactions were handled and some of the cosmetics. The mascot Blanca for your Palico, it looks kind of cheesy. I wasn't that fond of it. I saw it and I was like,
A big like puffy version of him.
Yeah. I was like, dude, I feel like they could have done something better here. And in the past, they have done like cooler and cuter things. Like you had your Palico dressing up as Chun-Li and herself, and it's like that's actually cooler.
That is cool.
But the other two cosmetics were Cammy and Chun-Li, and I was like, okay. When we initially saw that, I was brainstorming. I was like, is it going to be Chun-Li for Alma, your handler, and then Cammy for Gemma? I was like, that would make sense. It's not. It's Cammy and Chun-Li for Alma. It's both of them for her. Yeah. And in other Monster Hunter events, like the spring event, they give you access to put these cosmetics on Alma and on your if there's something for your sacred or whatever, the ones that cost money, they give you the option during the event to put them on so you can kind of like see it if you want to purchase it. Because even when the event is over, those cosmetics get pulled. But that's what they give you the option. You can still buy it and keep it. So this time around, we have the event going on right now, but there's no way to preview it at all. Alma cannot wear them unless you buy them. And the preview is just 2 pictures that they show you. And that's it. So you don't get a really good gauge on how it like would really look. I was like, that feels so disingenuous. And there's no bundle because there's stickers to buy, like real money, microtransaction money that are like $2 or something like that. Each skin for Alma, the Cammy and the Chun-Li are $6. And I'm like, this is an NPC. This isn't even something you put on your character. I'm like, that's not too fond of that price tag on them. And there's also 3 different emotes. And there's a talisman. All these things are separate. They're not bundled together. You have to buy them all separately. If you wanted the whole thing, you'd have to go and buy them at their full price. Instead of giving
what is the full price of it all together? Do you know?
Full price? I do not know off the top of my head. I would guess
25
at least
bucks?
25 $30 at most. If it 25 sounds about right.
Okay.
But I was just like, why didn't they bundle it? They could have easily just thrown it together in a bundle and made it that way. Also, they really missed a golden opportunity not giving Cammy to Gemma. It's like, okay, now you have to choose one or the other for if you really wanted to get immersed in the Street Fighter crossover to have like, I can be Kuma, my Palico can be Blanca, then we got Chun-Li and Cammy, but now it's either Chun-Li or
choose
Cammy.
between,
And it's like you have these cool, interesting characters, and for them not to get like their own skins, it's kind of like whack.
That's
like,
interesting, and it's less of an incentive to get both of them because you can only
do one.
Show one of them. So it's
that's what I was thinking too.
Like, why am I going to spend $12 when I can only get the use of 6 out of it?
Yes.
And I guess like, cool, maybe you really, really like both of those characters from Street Fighter, but that kind of even then hoses that person to where it's like, oh, those are my 2 favorite characters. Now I have to choose between which one I want to flex for the week and just like come out like,
right. So I just had to call it half baked because then on top of those, so the microtransactions did upset me. The other thing that upset me is also something, a double-edged sword that I did enjoy, but it was just gone too quick, was the mission. They give you a unique mission thread to follow for this event, and it's over as soon as it starts. You only do like 1 or 2 different missions, and one of them's kind of like talking to a bunch of people. You actually see Akuma in the game. That whole interaction was hilarious and awesome. I was laughing, and I was like, this is actually really cool. I like the way it's shown and previewed, but then it's just gone and over with like, all right, it was like, oh, we're build up. All right, we're done. And it's like, oh, like, they feel like they could have dragged this out. And that kind of speaks to more of what they're going through right now, because I think Monster Hunter has been seeing a crazy dip, but it's like most live service games find that crazy dip when they start lacking in content to give people once everyone's done with pretty much what the game has to offer. And in the past, I feel like Monster Hunter's done a good job with kind of giving more stuff to grind for, but I feel like in their pursuit to make things a little bit easier has taken away some of that grind. And I feel like they need to just implement some more grindy aspects. I would like to have had something for the Street Fighter collab that I'm still grinding for now. I was able to get everything pretty much like that, just run the mission a couple times. It's fairly easy. They give you an insane like power boost with because it's what is it called? The arena quest. So it's a pre-loadout. You don't even have to worry about having the right loadout to go at this. You're getting a load right off that with the moves and whatnot. So I'm like,
do they give you a specific weapon too?
It's just his fist. No, well, for the arena quest, it's whatever. So Kuma's armor set, how it works, because it's an armor set that you wear, and then you get his power. Like you'll get the abilities to use his powers.
Right, but aren't you using a regular weapon?
You are using a regular weapon, and his attacks scale off that weapon. So whatever,
what weapon do they give you prior to?
It's the 6 or whatever. So you have like how we were doing those missions before, and
it's 2. Okay,
2 and 2, yeah. So yeah, it's just things I absolutely loved about it, things I absolutely hated about it. So I did more so love it than hate it. So altogether it was good, but it does make me worried for future crossover events and whatnot. Like, are they going to half bake some of them and then just do dumb decisions with their microtransactions? I really hope. Like I said, I'm not trying to trash it, and I feel like they need to get called out for this because this is the type of behavior we don't want in these type of games. I would like for them to, at least the community, to be like, yeah, that was kind of bogus. Let's kind of tell them they need to fix that. And hopefully it's something they address, and hopefully it's something they fix in the future.
It sounds like it's going to
crossover I want is Zoids.
That'd be crazy.
I want like the claw guy, the white one, whatever it is. I want that to be the one that's on all fours that you fight down in the cave or whatever. That could be an easy skin to put on that thing.
Do a Bionicle crossover.
They're throwing some fucking old stuff out there, man.
Did I send you this, Derek? Da-da-da.
No.
I got our old G.I. Joe, the Bionicle
that's
mask.
awesome. Yeah.
But speaking of Bionicles, really quick, there was a huge fan project for Bionicles, making a whole ass game out of Bionicle. Had like a preview and everything. Lego went in and shut it down.
Wow.
Dude, and I watched videos on it, and it was like, I was like, it almost looked like a finished game. Everything was Bionicle. Everything looked really good. It was like something with like your character,
cease and desist, man,
pretty much. And they had like a wheel of masks, and you would just switch the masks to do different abilities and whatnot. There was like a speed ability, and I was like, this looks pretty sick. This could have been huge. And then Lego was like, nope, we're shutting it down. So that was actually, I feel bad for the people that put all that work into that game.
Yeah, but especially you should know better.
Yeah, but maybe you put out such a fire product where some Lego's just like, yo, this is dope.
That's what they should have done. Right.
And we can do something.
Like, hey, this looks like an honest to God, like,
or let me buy it from you, or whatever the case is. Maybe
hopefully behind the scenes there's something like that going on, because I feel like this was too cool to just drop like that. And it's on a dead product. At least I don't see Lego reviving Bionicle anytime soon, you know?
Nope. I don't give a fuck about that.
Does that still, like, are they still even manufacturing that?
I don't even think so. That's what I said. I think it's a like legit dead product. Like, they don't care about it. They vaulted it up, and I'll probably might bring it out 20 years from now or something, you know?
Yeah, Bionicles are discontinued. The main line retired in 2010 with a brief revival in 2015 to 2016. However, it was not revived again. No longer in production.
Yeah, well, they tried and it didn't work.
It's crazy. Not that I was a crazy, huge Bionicle kid. I wasn't. I like the masks though. The masks always went hard, and the designs were like, they looked cool. I just never was really that far into it. But like, it sucks that you have people that have these passions, and when they do something like that, like I said, I really do hope something behind the scenes is going on with them. Maybe they are getting struck up a deal, but they had to shut it down initially.
Mm-hmm.
But I can only hope so. But I just like that creativity coming to light. But aside from that, really quick, the other thing was Ark has a big update coming out. June 2nd is their big 5.5 update. Now, Ark is studio wildcard, and it's one of those studios where I love and hate them at the same time. It's like, I feel like
because they're a wild card.
You know what? That's exactly what it is.
That was a good one.
It's one of those situations where it's like they make. I like survival games, right? And I just feel like out of all the survival games I've played, the Ark has the best system that I enjoy, or it has the system I enjoy the most out of all survival games. Whenever I'm playing a survival game, I just end up going, I'd rather be playing Ark right now for X, Y, and Z reasons.
What are other survival games that you play?
I played Valheim. I've played, Minecraft, and yeah, I guess you give or take. Pal World was a little bit, I dived into that for a little bit, but immediately with that one, as much as it's cool and I liked what they were doing, Ark vibes absolutely right out the gate. I'm like, dude, I'd rather just be playing Ark over and over. I just played a little bit of The Forest with Elliot.
How was that? I wanted to get that. I put it on my wish list.
I never got super far into it, but once again, I just, every single time I end up playing these games, I'm like, I end up having that realization. Oh, I played Conan. I played actually a lot of Conan. That one's actually a lot of fun. I do wish it's just, I don't know. That one's kind of weird because there's like a lot of aspects I love about it, but then there's also a lot of aspects that they don't do like Ark does. But I think Ark really thrives because of all the content it has, because it actually has like a ton of content, ton of different maps that are absolutely ginormous and different ways to play. So they do thrive in their own way, and it's got me hooked at least. So I really hope that this update is good for them, because they are notorious for leaving a lot of things bugged and just going, it's bugged, whatever. Wildcard is. So a lot of people have like called them out, saying that they usually tend on Unreal to fix their problems. So they're hoping that this Unreal 5.5 update fixes a lot of their issues. I, on the other hand, are thinking it's right when they press that, I keep on calling it like a big red launch button for a nuking, because it's like they're going to slap this button and be like, oh, well, whatever breaks, and we'll figure it out from there. So I feel like that's going to end up happening Monday, when this big update happens. I feel like I'm not going to be able to play Ark for at least 5 days at most. I feel like that's because then the other issue is, with Ark, you get private servers, and they're off of a different service called Nitrado, who offers you all the servers. And you have to, since I play on a private server, you have to go to the private server website. You'd have to take your server offline, update it on their servers, and that can take a whole long process. And with how big this thing has been said to be, how big this update's going to be, can take insanely long depending on how Nitrado servers handle it. So depending on how that goes, how it all ends up working, I feel like this is just going to be one of those, I don't know. I'm just imagining the worst, but actually the absolute worst would be to lose everything.
I was going to say, is there a world in which you just lose everything and they're like, hey, we can't go back to that? Like, this stuff
has happened in Ark.
This build isn't compatible with this build,
Pretty much. So they've already, this is bad signs though, because they've already warned people, hey, by the way, when this update happens, before this update happens, take all of your items out of modded structures. If you have a modded structure, take it out, because we don't know how this update's going to handle with all the modded, because they have Bethesda really embraced the modding community.
Yeah.
So they have a whole modding interface. And Baldur's Gate, same thing. Ark does the same thing. So now they have all these people adding mods, but now they're about to drop a huge update, but they don't know how all these mods are going to interact.
Same thing with Project Zomboid. Zomboid released build 42, and it broke a lot of stuff, but made a lot of stuff better.
That's exactly what I think is going to end up happening here. So fingers crossed. That's my biggest finger cross, is just that it doesn't absolutely wreck the server where your SOL, which I've heard stories. I haven't had it happen to me. I've heard many stories of people going through that. Had a whole server, or I was playing on an official server. And if you're playing on an official server and lose it, that's big rough, because official servers, you can't toggle the rules. And base Ark is notorious for being very painful grind. The amount of stuff you get and how hard and difficult it is insane. We've tweaked just the minor things this time around with our private server, and it's crazy good. There are some things we did tweak a lot higher than others, but it's just that it feels so natural and nice for somebody who doesn't have 24 hours of the day to just sit there and play nonstop. Because I feel like anybody who plays on official, kudos to you. You are absolutely grinding the hell out of this game. It is brutal grind.
Another similar thing with Project Zomboid. Anytime I'm making my offline stuff, I am giving myself boosts to things, because I'm not going to sit here and read a book and then go chop down a million trees just to get this up and like, or
I get why some people do that, and I get why it's like that for some cases, but I feel like the majority of people don't like that it's like that. They just
I don't mind that it's like that, because I think that's a really good flex. Like you said, when you see somebody that has done something on those servers, you're like, I know how long that takes. So the fact that you were able to, it's the same thing with like World of Warcraft back in the day. You used to see somebody with an item, you're like, that took them a week to get. Like they did a bunch of stuff to get it, and I know that, and they're able to flex it just by walking around with it. So
at least for capturing like newer people and capturing like getting more people involved in your game, because I feel like that can also really be off-putting to a lot of people.
Yeah, it's definitely a deterrent. Yeah,
I feel like I just don't feel like Ark's base rules are the magic touch. I feel like there's things that could be tweaked to be like just make it feel right. But
I mean, that's the beauty of a sandbox game.
True.
You get to do whatever you want. There is no wrong way to play it.
Yeah, that's fair. And at least they give you the option to.
Yeah,
that's true.
So if we are living in that world where you lose everything, are you guys going to keep going? Are you going to start from scratch? Or are you going to be like,
I would more than likely not lose my character, which would be the biggest thing, because I just hit his max. Well, not max, because that gets a little weird. But I hit like the base, like a soft, what is that called?
Soft cap.
Soft cap. Thank you. Yes. I hit like the soft cap for his level, which is still huge. It's like level 100, and then you'll have to like grind and do different things to get any further. So I would be able to, usually you still are able to have your character. If I lose my character, then I'll be like, dude, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. Like maybe y'all just have fun on Ragnarok, because me and Russell have put in some crazy time to this.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, even if you keep the character, you're going to be okay with losing all of your tames and all of your structures and all of your
really everything. Wouldn't be, but at the same time, we were kind of going into that kind of headspace going into Ragnarok. Granted, we would be able to bring a lot of stuff with us. I would just have to take it and think about, like, I'm just not going to be able to bring all that stuff with me. I could see me, because I am really excited to start up in Ragnarok when that drops, which is the 18th, which is in like 3 weeks. So when that drops, is like, that's what I'm trying to beat right now with my Ark gameplay. I'm trying to beat Ragnarok's release. Me and Russell are trying to beat all of what Ark, the main map, which is called the island. We're trying to beat everything on the island before heading off to Ragnarok, and Ragnarok drops in 3 weeks. And when that drops, that's when a lot more people who've played with us in the past are like, that's when I want to jump back in.
Gotcha.
That's what we're all looking forward to. So me and Russell were like, let's just try to get this. We feel so close that we can do it, but it is very, very difficult once we get to the harder bosses. Like, we have to have like the utmost prep. Okay. So we'll see how that goes, but fingers crossed we'll be able to make it. But the only issue I'm having now is thinking about all these updates. So if that 5.5 really stalls us, I don't know if it's going to happen.
Heard that.
So I'll stop ranting about and raving about Ark. But yeah, that's so far the Ark experience for me.
Right on.
And the big updates coming up.
After that, we have the Summer Game Fest, which is coming up June 6th.
That's next week, Friday.
Exciting.
I'm actually excited to see what's getting announced. I don't know.
Nothing cool.
Well, the only thing I do know that is getting a special like screening is what's his name? Kojima.
Hideo Kojima.
Oh,
yeah.
Death Stranding 2,
Death
right?
Stranding 2, yep.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, I never
should play that game.
Never played the first one. I couldn't. Every time I watched it, I couldn't get into it. Granted, the second, everything I've seen so far as trailer wise from the second game looks more involved and more action and more like, I don't know. If this second game was pitched like as the first game, I think I'd be like, oh, that actually looks interesting and fun. The first game, everything I saw of it is just walking and carrying stuff, and I'm just like, I can't get behind this.
I mean, that's how I feel about you and Ark.
Come on, dinos.
Walking simulator. I'm sorry. Yeah, you're on dinos walking from place to place or flying from place.
Taming,
like,
prepping.
Oh, shit, I got to go to this base. Look at this water base. This is cool. Oh, shit, I forgot something at this base. Hang on, I got to go back. Oh, shit, I don't want to ride this dinosaur.
I built all those bases, though. It's not like they're there, like.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I'll
it's very different. Just giving you a hard time. Yeah, we'll see what they have to drop.
Anything you guys
I feel
want
like
to hear from?
Well, no, I want to know what's going on with the Wolverine game.
Oh, true. That's fair. But isn't it a Sony? Wouldn't that be on like the Sony showcase if that was?
I mean, this
Maybe.
is just a game thing, right? I mean,
True.
yeah, I guess.
For me, I hope just to hear more from like big surprises from indie games studios. That's where I'm pouring all my hope for nowadays, is just the indie game studios to keep up with the surprises and fun.
Whatever we get,
They've been knocking it out of the park lately. Yeah.
Yeah.
The only other game I'm like genuinely curious about how it's going to happen and what's going on that we've seen just a little bit from is Fable.
I just want to
so
see
curious.
some like good and interesting RTS games. We haven't had a good RTS game in.
Dude, I feel like that genre's been abandoned.
Just kidding. I was expecting you to go ham on Expedition 33 right now.
Is that an RTS?
I mean, kind of. It's got real time.
It's more of like a JRPG
With real time.
Well,
what the fuck is that called?
You know, it is like a real time strategy. Okay, I can see
Yeah.
that. Real time events, right?
Yes, real time events.
No, Expedition 33 though.
And that's not on.
They hit
it's
3.3
not on the
million
list.
copies sold.
Took them long enough.
This guy.
Yeah, no, I'm here with you. Some good indie games, and actually, no, I would like to see some RTS games. Specifically, what I'm looking for is like a Warcraft kind of game.
Oh, the Black Desert game. That thing has caught my eye. I'm curious. It looks way too good to be MMO, and I think it is supposed to be an MMO. But every time I'm watching gameplay, I'm like, this looks like a single player game. Like the action in it looks sick. I'll have to like send you guys a video on it. But yeah, absolutely looking not like a MMO. But from what I remember hearing that it is, unless I'm hearing wrong.
Could be.
Dude, I'm getting what the heck, squirrels in my shit.
After the Game Fest, though, while Adam's looking that up, we have Marvel Rivals Season 2.5 coming out literally in 4 hours.
Cool.
Wait,
Yeah.
what is? Is that really in 4 hours?
Yep.
Did you see that?
Around 2 a.m. my time.
We're adding Ultron, right?
We are getting Ultron. He is a
Is that the only new character?
strategist. Yes.
I'll be right back. Keep going. Keep going.
Yeah, he is a strategist, but his kit screams DPS, but not a lot of damage output. I don't know. It's interesting.
Okay.
We'll have to see how it goes and see how it works when the people have had their hands on him for a little bit and they start finding out crazy techs that you can do. But
Right.
I will say going into it, I am pretty underwhelmed with it. I was pretty excited to get Ultron, and I was very excited to hear that he was a strategist.
Mhm.
And then seeing his moves and everything, I
You could care less.
am not that way anymore. So
Right
we'll
on.
see how it goes. Hopefully, I'll be proven wrong once I
The
get my
game's
hands
got
on
to
it
die
and I
at
can-
some point. Might as well start now.
No, I think that every time this
I'm just gonna
happens,
switch that.
every like month and a half or so, it's going to skyrocket again. Every time they drop a new character, everyone's gonna run and go play the game again, and yeah, it's gonna be like, oh my goodness, Marvel Rivals is the hot new thing again. So
That's
it's
cool.
it's gonna be on like a crazy heartbeat monitor now. Like,
Yeah,
beep,
yeah.
beep. So
That's what's up, man.
yeah. And that's good for them. The game is still good, obviously. Like I still enjoy the hell out of it. I get on every day and play my dailies. I honestly have not played like any ranked this season. I'll probably start doing that coming up soon. I should probably start getting my rank up. I'm still in like the placement platinum from the drop down from Celestial. So I should probably start doing that. But honestly, this season I've just been doing the battle pass, which I completed a while ago, and I've just been working on like getting Lord characters. So I've almost got my Lord with Strange and Black Panther. They're the closest ones to it, and then I also got it with Cloak and Dagger. So yeah,
Hell yeah, man.
That's kind of the excitement around the Marvel Rivals. After that, we have EA canceling the Black Panther game. And on top of that, they closed the whole
The studio who was working on it. Yep. Cliffhanger Games.
Yep. That is
Damn.
absolutely tragic because fuck a Wolverine game. I'm way more excited for a Black Panther game, but that got ripped from our clutches. I'm not excited that it was EA. That doesn't do much for me.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
EA
it
probably
wasn't gonna
would
be
have
good.
did great with that, but
It was going to do horribly.
it
So it's all about the Wolverine game. Because
yeah, but
by the
it's cool
same
to
people
get
that did
a
Spider-Man.
it's cool to get a different hero that
Sure.
hasn't already had games about it before.
I hope they don't cancel that Blade game, you know?
Yeah, like give me some of that. Give me some shit that we've never gotten before. But we've gotten Wolverine. We've gotten X-Men. So I don't know.
Sure.
Just want something different.
You could play as Black Panther in Ultimate Alliance, couldn't you? There you
Could
go.
you?
That's something. I don't know. Probably not.
I don't think so.
It's been so long.
I honestly don't think so. I think the only person or the only time you're able to play as Black Panther is Marvel Rivals. It's the only like Marvel game that I could think
I mean,
of.
you're most likely right. I don't recall. It was more a joke than anything.
Maybe in that that XCOM game that they made, that Marvel,
Black Suns, right?
yeah, something like that. Maybe in that.
Yes, Black Panther is a playable character in Marvel's Ultimate Alliance 3, but about 2 or 1.
That's the one on the Switch.
Yeah,
though.
he is
We
in
never
2
played that.
as well.
Really?
Yep.
Fuck yeah, dude.
I don't recall him being in there at all. He's a playable character?
Nobody cared about
Unless-
him until Chadwick Boseman.
Yeah. Even in the first one.
Boom.
That's insane. That's kind of sick, though.
Yep. Even on the wiki, on the first game, Black Panther's on the playable characters list. Black Panther, Black Widow, Blade, Captain America, Captain Marvel, Colossus, Cyclops, Daredevil, Deadpool, Doctor Doom, Doctor Strange, Elektra, Ghost Rider, Hawkeye, Human Torch, Hulk, Iceman, Invisible Woman, Iron Man, Luke Cage, Magneto, Mr. Fantastic, Moon Knight, Miss Marvel, Namor, Nick
Moon
Fury,
Knight?
Yep.
Holy shit, I didn't know that either.
Namor, Nick Fury, Nightcrawler, Jean Grey, Ronin, Sabretooth, Silver Surfer, Spider-Man, Spider-Woman, Storm, The Thing, Thor, Venom, and Wolverine.
Doing this since before Marvel Rivals.
Well, yeah.
Oh man, that game was so fun, dude.
Ultimate Alliance, yeah.
Part
was
2
huge.
was the best. Part 2 was
Is that
Civil War,
something
right?
we can play online together? Because like I would go through that game.
I would play the crap out of that.
That would be
That'd be
something we
awesome.
could look into.
They need to look.
Sure.
They need. Who would make that?
It's not on Steam.
Nope. I think
Oh, that's what I forgot to put on our talking
They should
list
look
too,
into
but
that.
we can really talk about it because it just released today. Is a 3-player co-op game that just came out today. Elden Ring, Night Rain.
Oh yeah.
Oh, here we go. We're back to the Elden Ring podcast.
I mean, it just came out today, so I mean, I think it's only fitting that we bring it up. Really quick, the game does look okay. After watching some people play it, I just feel like it's
I've
it's
lost
in its little
interest in it
niche.
ever since it's in. Like when it was announced, I was stoked, and the more I saw, the less interested I became.
I like that they're taking a risk on doing something different.
Sure.
It's what is a drop down battle royale type thing, but it's only against NPCs, and they have a
Yeah.
little weird way of going about it where you're playing with two other people. It's a 3-person co-op. You're playing with set characters, so you don't make your own character. They have like little stories and whatnot. So, I mean, I think it's cool. I think it's a nice little risk that they're taking. But when I'm watching people play, I'm like, I feel like this hype for it's going to die down pretty quick. It just looks like it has its little niche.
No,
that's
when
it.
it comes to Elden Ring, the only thing I'm interested in is the A24 movie that they're making.
Oh, I didn't even put that on there. But yeah, that's actually we can talk about that with movies really quick. But also really quick with Night Ring though, what was I gonna say? Damn it. I just lost my train of thought.
Sucks. Just kidding.
Oh, all right, yeah. So yeah, I'm happy it's got its little niche. I'm happy they took a risk, and I'm very happy they didn't charge full price for it. It's a $40 base game right out the gate. So kudos, because too many people have gotten too big in the britches to think that they could just plop $60, $70 on games like these. It does come off like as like a $30, $20 game, not gonna lie, from what I've seen. So, but I mean, 40 is kind of modest in this time, in this day and age, with other games like that. Right. But I digress. Anyway, that's all I wanted to talk about with that. I just felt like it should have been brought up just because it did come out today.
Cool.
Oh yeah,
fuck that game. Just kidding, Joe.
We also have the resurgence of Battlefront 2 going on right now.
And that was actually crazy to see. And then I saw Todd playing, and I was like, "Damn, it really is hitting like."
I didn't know anything about it. I jumped on the other night and I saw someone else was playing it, and Todd, and I was like, I jumped in. I was like, "Oh, are you playing with dude?" And he was like, "No." I was like, "Why are people playing this game all of a sudden?"
It's fun. I mean, it's a very
playing it again, I should say.
It's a very I mean, in my experience, from what I've been playing over the past day, I've put like 4 hours or so into it, and it's very lopsided. It snowballs quick. Like, I feel like you're either decimating or you're getting decimated. So that's kind of sucky. And it's also like all the people that you're going against right now are people that have been playing forever. So they have maxed out characters with their cards and whatnot. So they just have an advantage. They're offsetting that with all the people that are coming in now. They're giving us triple XP, which is insane. So just playing any character, you're just racking up a lot of points doing stuff. So that's pretty cool. But yeah, right now it is a little bit of a grind because you have to get to like level 50 with your characters or whatever it is to have all the cards unlocked. And then when you start putting your points in the cards, you have to upgrade the cards. So yeah, it's a little bit of a grind, but it's been fun. The game graphically still looks incredible. Like, yeah,
when I watched you play a little bit, I was like, that is still looking great.
Yeah, for it coming out like 6 or so, maybe like even 8 years ago, was like 2018 or something like that. 2017. Yep. Yeah, 8 years ago. Yeah, no, it graphically looks really good. The sounds and everything, like it feels like, I mean, Battlefield always does well with making war feel like war.
Right.
But yeah, it's a pretty fun game, and it's very colorful and vibrant. So it's been pretty fun to play. It's something that I can just like mindlessly run and die. So it's been pretty fun.
That's cool. I never played those games.
I mean, it's free.
Yeah, its resurgence came because I guess they had like some bigger updates that dropped, but also amongst EA closing down other companies, and no one's sure if, because there's been radio silence, if they were ever going to get another Battlefront game on top of the Fortnite event, bringing Star Wars with Fortnite. You had this big Fortnite Star Wars collab, and a lot of people were wanting to play more Star Wars stuff, and people just kind of have like, hey, let's jump back to Battlefront, let them know that we want another game, and it actually went off. People started playing the hell out of it, so that's really good to see.
Good for the fans,
right?
Yeah, it's actually cool that they were able to rally behind and do that.
Absolutely.
They were, and real speaking fans. Speaking of fans, let's see how well people rally behind the CEO of whatever is it Gearbox?
So it's Gearbox CEO Randy Pitchford.
Yeah, he came out and said real fans will find a way to pay that $80 price tag for the new Borderlands 4 game. And I said it in our Discord. I said I was on record for saying I don't think this game looks terrible. I'm interested in playing it. Like, the artwork and everything was cool, whatever. It just seemed like another Borderlands game. And if that's what it is, I'm not going to be mad at that. And then he said that crazy stuff, and I'm like, no, thank you. One, I wasn't going to pay $80 for your game. And two, I'm happy to say that, yeah, I guess I'm not a real fan, because fuck you, dude. Fuck you. Holy, that's so, like, condescending
Yes,
to
absolutely. Absolutely. Out of touch.
to the people that
Yep.
to the people that are putting the money in your pocket. Like, oh, that's crazy. So
It's been a crazy, especially with AAA gaming, the crazy how much out of touch, how out of touch they've become with their own communities, with their own core fan bases. A lot of finger pointing has been happening behind the scenes with EA, with BioWare, and the failure of Dragon Age Inquisition, or not Inquisition, but whatever.
One after that,
yeah. And some people that I forgot who said it, but someone on like in charge said, "Oh, don't worry about the original fan base. They'll take anything you throw at them. Like, you don't have to appeal to them. You want to appeal to the people that aren't going to be your original fan base." And it's like, no, you want to still appeal to your original fan base. It's why you are, like, it's why this thing exists. You know, you want to cater to your fans who've been basically championing
the people that are the reason why you can make 4 fucking games. I'm sorry, more than that.
Yeah, more
the spin-offs,
Wonderlands, and yep, absolutely.
Yeah. So yeah, no,
movies, everything. Like, it's absolutely out of touch, and it's very disgusting. I already started seeing things I didn't like with some of the most recent gameplays of it, too reminiscent of Destiny in a bad way. And even the combat felt slow to me. I don't know if that's just me in general or just the way it was pitched. It's like when they did the Star Wars
Outriders.
Yeah.
Slide.
The slide. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is about these games, but you're gonna pitch me a game and show me somebody sliding and make it seem like it's really cool, and then they're sliding at 1 mile an hour, and they're just like inching away. It's like, that's not cool. So who knows what's gonna happen with this game? I really think that rubbed a lot of people in the wrong way, and I really think he didn't see that, because it feels like they're still going full force without any like kind of PR to kind of backtrack that statement. He's just still going full force, like, oh no, they're still gonna come and eat it up. So one of those times where I'm like, I hope they don't see as good as sales, and they go, wait a minute, what happened? And kind of reflect back on what happened. They probably won't, but they might. If they really chews them up, it's gonna be kind of funny to see them fumble this, if it happens. Yeah, I saw Legacy Drops, a YouTuber. He was like bringing it up. He's like, he could have honestly just been like, hey, I'm only the CEO on the development side. I'm not part of the publishers. The publishers are in charge of putting it at a price point, but I can guarantee you the amount of time and work put into this game is something I would say is worth $80. He could have pitched it in some way, say it like that. Comes off a lot more respectful to the players. Yeah.
And it comes off respectful to your team. That makes
absolutely.
it that also puts them on a pedestal, saying, hey, I respect the work that they put in, as opposed to just being like, I'm at the top, I get all the money, fuck you, pay me.
Right. Yeah. So I saw him bring that up. I was like, yeah, why didn't he, like, this man, like, that's just exactly just out of touch. Absolutely just treating your fans like garbage. Yeah. And then another company treating like their fans like garbage, which has taken the craziest backtrack I want to say is probably the company that's taken the craziest backtrack. I mean, they've had some like things they've done dicey in the past, but they've like full sending it now with this.
Which is Nintendo and the Switch 2 release.
I didn't even know it was coming out this soon. I didn't know it was
I didn't realize that either. When I saw you put that in here, June 5th, I was like, holy,
yeah, I had to double check it. I was
crazy.
Like, wait a minute. I was like, it really is next week.
Yeah. That's another one where I guess I'm not a real fan.
Absolutely.
I'm not falling.
Absolutely. Everything about this console is so anti-consumer, and it blows my mind that anybody's okay with dropping the money for this. And I still don't think they have any game that's worth the price, like worth jumping into buying this console.
No.
Yes. I completely agree.
Yeah.
Like, do they have anything?
You have to make that game worth $500.
Do you have anything
right
being released with that aside from Mario Kart?
I think it's just Mario Kart, and then maybe the Metroid comes out maybe a little bit later. But even after watching the Metroid trailer, this does not look like it's really going to be.
I'm sorry, I'm not paying $600 for Mario Kart. That's essentially what it is, because after taxes and that $80 game, you're paying probably like...
No, it comes with the bundle. There's like a bundle with it.
Oh yeah, Metroid doesn't even have an official release date.
$500? Or is it $580?
No, I think it's like $450 for the Switch 2, $500 for the Switch 2 with Mario Kart. Mario Kart's like $50 when you get it with the bundle.
It is. Mario Kart releases the same day, so it really is just Mario
$50. I can. That's respectable,
right? But you're still paying $500 just to play that game.
Correct. That's where it's not
crazy.
That's where
everything else about it too. Yeah, just you're gonna need extra controllers if you want to play with a full party. Guess what? Those extra controllers just spiked up to $80 or $90.
Mm-hmm.
What is it?
No, they went up because they were already $80.
They were already $80.
Oh my lord!
Yeah, Joy-Cons were already $80.
Dude, no way. Nintendo just
that's the thing. If you want to play with more than 2 people, then you're
the biggest L, which I don't understand,
$600.
is making a handheld console that is needs to have an online connection the entire time, which defeats the purpose of me having a console that I'm traveling with.
No, you just gotta wait for the new Nintendo Wi-Fi backpack that they're releasing. So you can hook up to
which is also going to be connected to their version of Starlink that they'll release.
Right, literally.
That if you connect any non-Nintendo device to it, it voids everything in your contract.
It bricks it. Because that's the thing. If you mod this Nintendo Switch 2, they can brick your whole thing.
Just
Something
completely
you paid money for.
Kill switch it.
Yep. Which it's worthless.
Blows my mind. As a consumer, how are you going to tell me what I can and can't do with my product? Once I buy that product from you, it is mine. I had this argument with my uncle with cars. I absolutely hate that there is not something that I can just turn off in my car for my seatbelt thing. I always wear my seatbelt, but if I'm like driving to my mailbox or whatever and I have to hear that ding, 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 why can't I turn that off? I understand it's against the law, and I understand that if I get pulled over, I will get that ticket. Let me live that life. Let me be that person. I don't understand why I can't buy this $60,000 car and make just press a button and do all of this stuff as opposed to them forcing it onto me. This is mine now. I should be able to do whatever I want with it. Granted, obviously you can while breaking into it and doing all of that stuff, but I shouldn't have to do that.
It should be easier.
Right.
Exactly. Same thing with the Apple interface. Same thing with the Switch interface. It's crazy that they have all of these restrictions on it when it's mine now. What do you care what I'm doing with it? How does this affect you?
Right.
Yeah, it's just, and it's I'm still kind of blown away because Nintendo always does something extra big with their consoles, goes out of the way to make it unique.
Yeah.
There was nothing here aside from it being a mouse, but there's no game. There is actually a game. There's a game that's going to be wheelchair basketball with the Switch 2 using the controllers like that. I'm like, that's so dumb though. Is this really going to pull people to get this? No. What was the whole point of making this a mouse? If they would have actually something,
is that going to be something that they're just adding to their new Wii Sports? Or
it felt like a Wii Sports. Yeah, it felt like a Wii Sports type of game. So I don't
have to be.
It's nothing crazy, but if you're gonna have a feature like that, shouldn't that be highlighted in the game that gets released with it? Yeah,
I don't know. I don't see there being for me as someone who would be spending that money on there. I don't see there being enough pull to
There's nothing.
Exactly. Like you said, there's nothing that separates this from the old Switch that is oh my goodness, this is going to be groundbreaking. I need to get this because Nintendo always does. They push the bar, going from GameCube to Wii. That was incredible with the wand and all of that stuff. They did a lot of that was so innovative. No one was doing stuff like that at that time. Wii U, kind of the same thing, but it got a little bit more innovative with the gamepad, and that started the being able to travel with it. Then they're like, oh, what if we were always able to do this? And that's how the Switch came out. All of that stuff consistently got more innovative, and then they're just like, let's just give it a bigger screen and round out these controllers.
Yeah, that's so dumb.
And to use the excuse that their hardware is the innovation on it, bullshit, because it's still light years behind. You're gonna
get more bang out of your buck getting a Steam Deck Still,
Yes.
absolutely.
Even
The
I
library-
truly believe that even with the having to like sync it up with your PlayStation, it would still be more beneficial to get the handheld PlayStation.
Honestly, I yeah.
Like that handheld, I'm sure is more. I'm probably I'm talking out of my ass right now, but I'd be willing to bet that that console is stronger than whatever they're doing with the Nintendo Switch.
Yeah. So I've seen people like kind of break down. Like it does kind of. They said it's like on par with like a PS4 Pro, and it's like
Why is
like,
that what you're
the
aiming
bar.
for?
Yeah, I don't know. I
Yeah.
don't know why that's the bar, but that's the bar.
Crazy.
And
Yikes,
they were playing things
dude.
side by side, and they even slowed it down to like graphics throttled all the way up, and they like slowed it down to like milliseconds. So it's very nitpicky, but the Nintendo was still like staggering in the little comparison. Granted,
Mhm.
your natural eye wouldn't be able to pick that up, but it's just something they were still kind of like nitpicking at, which is fair. I do blow them all apart. I don't care. You can be as nitpicky as you want with the Nintendo Switch 2, because they're absolutely being nitpicky about how they go about anything with it. So tear them apart. I hope this is the worst launch for Nintendo, and I can see it being the worst launched system for Nintendo. There's nothing here. The only thing that's being like is carrying it is its own name of being Nintendo and being known as the family console. I can just see your run-of-the-mill parents going, "Oh, I get this new Switch for my kids." That's the only thing I think they're gonna get. I really anybody who on good faith buys this and is like, "Yeah, this is it." I feel like you're just coping. You're lying to yourself. There's no way you can convince yourself that it's better than any of the other options available right now.
I don't think I know anybody that's like eager to get it.
I know too, and I've pressed both these people about it, and they haven't been able to give me a decent answer, at least even the one person, Dylan, I don't care, I'll tell you, Dylan, I talked to Dylan, and Dylan was like, I know, and every time I'm like, dude, they're doing this, and this is fucked, he's like, yeah, it is really messed up. So I'm just such a Nintendo fanboy. I'm like,
that's me and Todd with Madden.
And I literally, that was the next thing I brought up, was like, that's like Derek with Madden. I say Todd because like they were like, what about Todd? And I was like, well, Todd has said he wouldn't go as far as
taking that step back.
Right. But this
still play it every year
needs,
though.
Yeah, but like that's what I'm saying. Like this year, I'm holding out. If it comes out at $70 and it's the same shit, I'm gonna wait until it goes on sale for half off at Christmas. Fair. Like I'll play it in November. I'll get that 3 months of dang, I really wish I was playing Madden, and I'll play. No, I won't even have to do that. I'll just play Metal Gear for 3 months. I'll be good.
I feel like a lot of people are gonna get this Nintendo, play the hell out of Mario Kart, and be like, oh, I love this new Mario Kart. Then they have absolutely nothing else to play except for their old Switch games, and some of them are getting remasters, which I'm sure will just hike up those prices. The whole Naughty Dog treatment of remasters, I'm sure, but they said that Breath of the Wild's getting remastered for it. I'm like, get the fuck out of here. That does not need it. Just play, because they already announced you can play your Switch games on there. Just play your Switch games on there. There's literally no reason to. I already can't wait to watch these atrocious videos on how you can compare the remaster of Breath of the Wild to the original. It's going to look the same. It's the same cell shaded game. There's no way to really bump up those graphics to really stick out.
Right.
The only thing I can think them doing is maybe render distance, and that the game did a phenomenal job of doing that already. So I'm just like, oh, the cope is going to be ugly with this one. Nintendo fanboys, I'm sorry. I'm not trying to be on the console wars. You shouldn't even be in this. You shouldn't have been doing this to yourselves. It is very unfortunate. I don't have sympathy for you guys just because this should be the biggest red flag right in your face. And there's nothing to go off of. They're going to play Mario Kart for a little bit and then have nothing else. And then just, oh, what are you playing on your Nintendo Switch 2? Nintendo Switch games. And it's like, cool. Maybe they might actually, you know what? They might be able to start finally buying games that should have been good on their Switch, but looked like garbage, like the Mortal Kombat game. Right?
No,
maybe Mortal Kombat might look normal on this one.
I think that was because the game itself was not meant to be played on.
No, absolutely not. Every studio
small of a cartridge
had to dumb down everything so it could work on there. But once again, you're better off just getting a Steam Deck. The library is a lot bigger. You have access to way more games, way more
Games that will actually run in 30 plus frames
and you
per
don't have to
second,
be online to
1080p.
play it.
Yeah.
Right.
And
you
it's
can download them
AAA
to it.
games. You'll be
Yep,
playing
that
Red
look
Dead. You'll be
phenomenal.
playing
Cyberpunk
GTA,
is on there.
Cyberpunk.
Dude.
Yeah.
And
No,
yeah,
it's
you don't
crazy.
need to be online. You can have it downloaded. And yeah, it's a great way to maybe get into the
This
PC
isn't even an
life.
ad either.
Yeah, no, for real. It should be. I'm surprised Steam
And none of
hasn't
us
come out
even,
with the
I was
biggest
going to say,
shade,
none of us
honestly.
even have one. And once I get
Well,
one, then I'll be flexing it even more.
Sean has one, so I've kind of seen it.
Oh, really?
Hands on, yeah.
Oh, well, shit.
So,
if you've actually been able to use it and like run around in a game and you can
right.
see that,
You
like,
let me mess
oh,
around
this
and, like,
looks and
yeah.
feels good. I've seen them. Like,
Yeah.
I've seen people use them, but I've never actually used one myself.
Yeah, it's
Yeah. Fuck Nintendo.
absolutely. Big L.
That is basically all we have for video games.
Yeah, we kind of went off. I mean, we had a lot of topics. We were, weak.
Yeah, that was our thick one for the night.
All right, switching over to TV. We can more or less knock these out pretty quick.
It sure will be pretty quick. We got the Amazing World of Gumball returning.
I'm actually very stoked for this. Amazing World of Gumball has always been like that cartoon that I thought was like, always look for the equivalent of what is this studio's SpongeBob, because SpongeBob was such a big imprint on Nickelodeon. And I really felt that the Amazing World of Gumball had that power for Cartoon Network if they didn't drop them. I don't know why Cartoon Network dropped them. I don't know if it was a viewership thing, because a lot of people were like shocked that it ended and it was over. Just the comedy, the writers behind it, everything about it, the way it was done was very unique, and it was very funny. The callbacks, and yeah, the way that
show is very funny. Anytime the girls are watching it, I don't think I've ever not laughed.
Right, dude, it's hilarious. I'm like, dude, this is just great. So I'm very stoked. They're coming back to Hulu and Cartoon Network, and it's going to be called
With new episodes.
Yep, it's building back up. They released a little teaser trailer, and it's them. Everything's covered in
voice
dust.
Actors.
No, which is not surprising. This is the second or third time they switch voice actors. Gumball and Darwin are middle schoolers, so they're very young, and these kids have gotten older. Yeah,
right. Okay.
So this is nothing, not too surprising. At least Gumball and Darwin's voices are definitely changed. It's not the first time it's happened. I'm hopefully the rest of the characters are all the same voices. That would be nice. But yes, the little teaser trailer was them waking up and there was a bunch of dust all over them, and he's all like, "We're late for school." He's like, "How late?" 7 years. And they're like,
it's been 7 years.
Yeah, and then he was like, "All right, 5 more minutes," and they go back to sleep. And I was like, "That's a good way to do a little teaser for it."
I wonder if the girls know that that's coming back. They'll be stoked. They love watching Gumball.
The little teaser's cool, and then I don't know if it's going to be going forward with this title, but unless this season is just going to be titled that, is The Wonderfully Weird World of Gumball instead of The Amazing World of Gumball. So who knows if that's just
that's fine
what they're calling the season, but it is cool to see that they've returned back. I think it's a series that a lot of people will get behind and be happy about.
Okay.
We have Harry Potter. They got their cast for the new Hermione Granger, Ron Weasley,
the trio,
Harry Potter.
Dude, I saw a picture of the three of them, and Haley was telling me that because the internet, people are calling her Hermione Gonzalez or some shit like that. She's a Hispanic girl.
I think they look great though. They do look really good.
They look good.
Yeah, good. Didn't have any problem with
I've
that.
seen two different memes with it. Well, one of them is like, are they really going to make Draco call her a mudblood? And I was like, dude. And then the second one was they just took the picture of them and they're like, yeah, this is the new cast except for the girl's Harry Potter. Ron is the brown hair and Harry's the ginger.
That's funny.
Or Hermione's the ginger. Yeah. So
as far as the Draco calling her a mudblood thing, that who knows if that'll be a thing, because apparently the writer for this show only read like 1 or 2 books and then didn't care to read anymore and said
that's crazy.
He said, I don't think it's that important to go off of the books. Like you don't need that source material to do this. And I have to look up what Haley was saying. I think he mentioned something about comparing it to look at the success of Avatar. And I was like, hold on, because that's not what happened with Avatar. So
is he talking, wait, Blue People or Airbender?
Airbender.
Oh.
Talking about the show.
I mean, either way, it's still bad. You shouldn't be comparing those.
Right. But he was, I mean,
he meant the live action TV show.
Yes.
Success.
Yes.
Oh, no.
Yes. That's what I'm talking about. And you don't need to follow the exact script that already exists. You can, and then what he was saying with Harry Potter is it's a magical world. You can pretty much just do. There should be room for creative. Right here. Yeah, I was like, right when I saw that he hadn't even read the books, he had no interest in it. I was like, oh, this isn't going to be good.
What is up with, dude? Writers need to get checked, dude. They have this.
I don't
weird
understand
ego
why they're
going
giving
those
freedoms. The things that they did at the end of Last of Us was crazy.
That's my biggest problem. Like you just said, they have these crazy egos. Like if you want to be creative, cool.
Create your own.
Do something creative then.
Yeah, right.
Don't take an idea and then be like, oh, well, I want to put my own spin on it because I think this would be better. Blah,
that's what
blah,
made me
blah.
feel vindicated with the whole Daredevil, or not Daredevil, Devil May Cry. When the creator said that, I was like, get the fuck out of here. He thought it was a dead game, which is weird because if you were a true fan, you would have known that they were already working on the next game. And
when you told me he said that was weird. I didn't like
that's
that.
Off-putting. He went in that with ill intention, and his ill intention, whether he saw it as virtuous or not, was to go in there, revitalize the series in his image, so he would be praised about bringing Devil May Cry back, and it would follow through and bring the games back in his image. He would have the games resurface the way he made the show, and I'm like, that the intent, that ego. Slimy. Is just absolutely slimy. It's just the worst. It's like, I don't want this, and you shouldn't be going into another fandom and doing something like that.
Someone else's shit, man. That's basically what it is. It's almost plagiarism.
And it's so crazy because they would get the absolute love and adornment if they just followed through with what's already there.
This is what's crazy, is that it's already been proven to work that well, because the first season of Last of Us, there was the small little changes, which are okay to do. But for the most part, from beginning to end, they nailed everything they needed to nail. Yeah, follow the source material, and it all worked out. Second season comes, and you start seeing these little red flags. You're like, why is this happening? Why is that? Why hasn't this happened yet? Why is she acting like this? Way too giddy. Why are you smiling right now? Didn't like any of that shit. And then it ended, and I was like, huh. That was some poor choices there. I don't
never played the games. I've seen pretty much all the games. Like I've got like the spoilers and all that from the games. I've gotten Derek's like perspective and everything, and I gotten Dylan's perspective. I was recently talking to Dylan, and he was like, dude, I was so excited for this season, but as I'm playing, because he was also doing the same thing you were doing, playing the game like side by side, and he's like, the more I'm playing, I'm just like, this is actually horrible because. And he's like, for this reason alone, and it like he said his own gripes and whatnot, which were fair. But he's like, Ellie, right, that main chick. He's like, she barely violent at all. Like he's like, there's no animosity in like her actions. Like she's not taking on these hordes of guys and actually killing them and whatnot. He's like,
that's mine and Haley's problem. Sorry, I don't mean to cut you off.
No, that's good.
That's mine and Haley's problem is that. Everything that's happening in the second season, one thing was accidental from Ellie, and it wasn't an accident at all. Like she's not out for like to go fucking kill people. She's just like, well, I have one person in mind, and if people happen to die, I mean that sucks. I don't want to do it. I'm gonna try to avoid doing this. I only want to get to this one person. Where in the game, she's like, every single one will fucking die. Like. Right. And it's like, where's that intense? Where's that motive? Why isn't that her thing? It's dumb. Don't like it. I was very upset with the second season.
Which we call it? I was looking up an article. People were talking about 55% drop from the last.
A lot, yeah. Yep.
Yikes.
Yeah.
Yikes.
And it's Neil Druckmann. He has a lot of pull within these Naughty Dog's games.
So supposedly he wasn't around so much for the second season.
Okay.
While it was being filmed. I don't know how true that is, but he was way more involved with the first season. And then with the second season, he wasn't as involved. I don't know if that's his choice or their choice, but either way, someone made a mistake, and it's showing. Because
well, it's not good for him either, because that's also reflecting on him, you know.
Yeah, I mean,
and his work. So
I just want that next game to be good. That's it.
Fair enough.
Intergalactic, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll see.
Yeah, they've said he's already prepping the actress to take a bunch of hate and whatnot. Yeah. I feel, and then somebody brought up, like, if just be earnest, make sure that the game's great, and
look, this is
more on that.
This is another
what they're saying.
This is another problem, like with the Harry Potter thing. Did you know that Bella Ramsey? Because everyone's shitting on her for her acting, and it's like she is just doing what she's being told to do.
Right.
They told her not to play the game.
Which I remember that, and I thought that was a red flag too.
Like, why don't you want her to play the game? They want her to. So she only knows what people tell her to do, and she's just following what they say. She doesn't know the source material or what Ellie really is like. So I don't know if she's capable of acting like Ellie. She's not showing it because they are telling her to do this silly, goofy version of her, and it's just really sad.
Yeah,
and that's what I'm worried about with the Harry Potter thing is. Why would you take on this job? And like Todd said earlier, and like I said, my wife keeps saying, if you want to do something original, make an original movie or make an original show or whatever it is.
Right.
Don't take what already exists and try to make your own fucking spins on it. I'm not going to give any spoilers, but apparently that's one of the big things with the Lilo and Stitch movie. Was some of the big things.
I didn't put that on there. We're talking about that. We're spoiling that. Yeah. Fuck that.
No. We can't spoil that. It's brand new. That movie's still new. You can't.
People still haven't seen it.
Yeah.
Spoiler warning.
No. We can talk about it in a week or two. But I got that spoiler, and it was like, why do that at all? That makes no sense to me.
No.
These changes are too much.
Atrocious.
They're like, again. In the first season of Last of Us, there were small changes, and it was fine because it worked for the story. I understand when you're making a show or a movie adaptation of a video game or a book, there are going to be differences. I make room for that. I'm fine with that. But when you start changing the characteristics of your main character, what the fuck are we doing? In the plot,
at least the ending of the plot, or like the base points of your plot.
You just completely wiped away everything that we loved from that character. It doesn't make any sense.
That's really the point of exactly like that's the point of putting that stuff on the big screen for like books and stuff, so we can see this thing that we are just imagining in our head, so we can replicate that and put it on a screen. That's all we want. We don't want
your
all
fucking douchey intake on it. Right?
We literally
like fiction. We don't need your fan fiction.
Just give us what is there, and because that's what made us happy. Our thought process and how we got here and all of that is what made us happy, not all the BS to
Oh no, we're not real fans, guys.
Well, like it's the fact that it fails every single time because of this exact thing, and they continue to do it. I don't get it. It blows my mind. Why do you want your thing to fail?
And it's always the egos from those writers. I'm telling you, the writers need to get checked.
I want to see
vetted or
one person just for the fuck of it be like, you know what? Let's make something that is literally sheet to shelf, the exact same thing, and let's just see what happens.
You know what is almost damn near sheet to shelf? I mean, granted, they can only fit as much as they could, but was Watchmen, and that was phenomenal. The movie?
Yeah, that one was.
It was a little weird coming off of reading the book, going straight to the movie. I mean, there was some little minor things, but
the ending was the big difference, but it was the same idea.
Right.
But no, it was really good. I loved the books, the little collection of comic book, whatever. That short story, it was awesome. One of the best stories for comic books that I've ever read, and I haven't read a shitload. So,
because even at the end of the day, if you can't capture, at least
really good.
Like, say you don't capture all the audience, at least you'll get that respect from the main, like the core audience who fell in love with that. You know
exactly,
and you'll win them over for the next time you do a project or whatever. You know, like.
Yeah, and then that's when you can make your own creative thing and then make your spin on, and then like, hey, now you know what I'm capable of. Here's something that I've been cooking up myself, and I want you guys to support this. That's how you rope them in.
Seems too like obvious, but it's like crazy that that hasn't been the way to do that.
Everyone just sees
like
it. This is my opportunity
to
put my fan fiction and my ideas into this thing that's already here. And it's like, no, this is not your time.
Yeah.
Such terrible choices.
So yeah, that's our frustration with that.
Yep.
We can swap it over to.
We didn't talk about anime of the year.
Quick. Oh shit, we did skip over that. I'm sorry.
Derek, did you see what it was?
Right into it.
I didn't even know any winners. No.
Oh yeah, Crunchyroll did it, but it's caused a stir. It is Solo Leveling season 2.
Why is that a stir? That was a great season.
A lot of people. Well, so two things. One is Crunchyroll changed the way they did the voting apparently, because now it's not off by the fan numbers. Apparently, they had like a bunch of like different like representatives, and they just like, hey, pick your top five, and they just went through what everyone's like top 5 or top 10 was, and they kind of like. That's how they got their nomination. So a lot of people were like, that didn't feel right. Why didn't they do it like they did last year? Stuff like that. So people are already feeling off about that. And then the other one is just another streamer, XQC. He says he does not like Solo Leveling, and he was like, they shouldn't have won. So it's been causing people talking about if it should or shouldn't have.
It should have. That show was amazing.
I still have to watch it. So
season 2 was how often do you watch something where the second season is even better than the first season when you really liked the first season? You know, it wasn't just like the first season was just meh. I mean, for me personally, I really liked it, and I thought the second season was way better.
Yeah.
Right.
I think it deserved it.
Yeah, I thought, if you hadn't heard of it, I was like, I'm sure you'll be very happy to hear that.
Yeah, no, that's awesome.
Yeah. But all right, now we can move on from TV. On to the next.
Oh, this is quick.
Yeah. Speaking of,
it flopped. I heard a lot of people liked it.
Yeah, I
like 100 mil though. Thunderbolts.
Yeah. So people liked it, but not enough people went to go see it.
It's the second worst performing Marvel Cinematic Universe film.
That's because it cost like 300 mil to make, I believe, and they only made 200 so far. I mean, obviously there's more time, but they're probably not going to hit that 100 mil by the time it hits deep.
Right. No,
that's crazy. This has got to be like this has got to be the, like you said, you said the second worst.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
On track to be the second worst.
I don't think I've ever seen that where it's.
And like you said,
people liked it.
I haven't heard bad things.
Complain about it.
I haven't heard bad things.
I think people say it's pretty good.
So this are the two things when it comes to this. A lot of people just blame it on superhero burnout. I don't think they're super right. I feel like there is to an extent, and I think that fatigue is only with how Marvel has handled it.
Well, also real quick before you go on, it's a little bit of that, but it's also like unknown. You know, like
right. True.
They're not a super popular name or anything.
Right. They had to create some buzz, and they only had a little they didn't really build it up as well, I guess.
Right. I feel like Fantastic Four will make more money.
Oh, absolutely.
Because it's a bigger name.
Yeah. Absolutely. The other, I just think for me at least, I was in the mindset of I'll just wait for this one to come out. I wasn't like crazy excited to go out and see this in the theaters. Although I do I don't hate it. I don't like wish ill will. I'm kind of sad that it is not doing as well because like it's coming off of like what was phase 4 was just so bad. Like everything was so like
there's just too much garbage around.
Too much garbage. And I feel like if anything, that's what the fatigue, because at least that's how I'm feeling. Like, I don't know if I can even go in trusting the next project in this series. That's how I feel with Star Wars.
That's my fatigue.
I don't know if I can trust anything else coming out of you guys. Even if I heard it's doing good, well, do you want me to get pulled in just to get pulled out again because the next project after this good project? Because that's how I feel with Andor. Is like, do I want to get into Andor? I've been hearing it's been really good. But do I want to get excited again just to be let down again? Or should I wait until I hear that they are hitting out of the park several times before?
Andor's going to be done.
No, I know.
No, but he's
saying the Star Wars fandom, like
the Star Wars.
Back into Star Wars
like I don't see how Andor can bring you back into Star Wars to want to consume more when it has its own sole story. You watch the first 2 seasons and then you watch Rogue One, and that's it for that story. Like those characters are done. You know, you're never going to see them again. I don't see why I would bring you back into the Star Wars universe.
like appreciating that fandom, basically, like being excited about projects within
stories within it. Like, like
okay.
He still is a fan of Star Wars, even though they screwed it over. Like,
Adam,
it would be,
I wouldn't say.
I
wouldn't say he's a fan.
What I would say is I'm still a fan of original Star Wars, not Disney Star Wars, and I would
obviously
there's stuff
that's
I
what
like
I'm saying,
within
but like
Disney
regardless,
Star
you
Wars.
still like Star Wars,
right?
You like Star Wars.
Yes, I like Star Wars.
Yeah.
I want to be able to say
That's
that
why
with
you're
conviction, though, you know,
about the new stuff, because you're not happy that it's not living up to what it should be in your standards. But regardless, you are a fan of.
And that's how I feel like what's happening with Marvel. At least Phase 4 really took a lot of added a lot of doubt into my like excitement.
That's personally how I feel about Marvel. I'm not as big into the Star Wars community. Like, that's just whatever to me. But Marvel, I'm very much like, I saw a lot of stuff that just did absolutely nothing for me. And then I just stopped caring after a while. And I haven't seen so much now to where I'm just like, what should I go back into it?
The thing that's the biggest thing that reinvigorated my Marvel excitement was Rivals, honestly. That was like the coolest thing they did in most recent time as far as their media and whatnot. I know they have a lot of projects on pause, and I understand you can only do X and Y and Z within the allotted time. It's just, that Phase 4 was rough, man. That's all I'm gonna say. And you get that's the exhaustion I'm more or less seeing. I feel I'm still excited for certain projects. I'm still excited to see certain projects. Like, I wouldn't say I'm superhero fatigued. I'm excited to see like I'm not the biggest Superman fan, but I want to see this succeed because I would like to see more things within DC succeed, you know? Like, I'm excited for those heroes. Like, if they come out like, okay, this is setting up for a Green Lantern, you bring like all the like Green Lantern like in its full force, like done really well. I'm like, dude, I would actually go out and see that. That seems really
all I care about is the Batman universe.
That's fair.
That's all I care about. I want another season of Penguin. I want to see what they're going to do with the next Batman
I would love for James Gunn to do, but I feel like with the route he's going like way old. And slowly.
Peacemaker season 2 comes out soon too.
Does it really?
For that. Yeah, comes out this summer.
Okay.
I'm stoked for that because that show is awesome.
That one I had my gripes with, but overall, it was good.
I thought it was fun.
I wouldn't say good. I thought it was okay. I'll dial it back a little bit.
It was a fun show.
I said I was more hopeful, though. I was like, I would like to see more from it. I just didn't really care too much from the first season. That's how I felt. But the thing I think would be awesome if you could pull off an actual like OG done phenomenally well Titans. Give me the Titans. Just have.
I don't know if I'm interested in a live action Titans.
I think if done right, it could be really good.
I don't think it can be done right. That's my problem.
That's fair. They complain, oh, there's too much CGI for Beast Boy. We don't want to keep on
Beast Boy would
animals.
Purely be CGI.
It would be cool as fuck, though.
Yeah, no, that's fine. I'm not a CGI hater.
That's my favorite. When it comes to DC, it's the Titans. Titans are absolutely my favorite. Raven's my favorite DC character. They're just too dope.
Too dope.
So you would have to like. They would be more like original Teen Titans as opposed to Teen Titans Go, correct?
Right. Well, obviously.
Yeah, it would be.
Do promotion with it though. It was still like do where Teen Titans Go briefly pop in a little portal.
That would be funny. Like with their show, like they can do those scenes.
Absolutely.
Teen Titans Go, watch Teen Titans.
Oh, I would watch that.
Yeah, of course.
I watched Teen Titans Go watch Space Jam. That was fucking great.
It's the craziest movie.
Yeah, I own Space Jam and I own Teen Titans Go watch Space Jam.
That's so insane.
So good.
It's funny though.
The stuff they say is just off rip, just too funny. Yep, the Titans, man. That's the lifeblood for me for DC. Plus, they also have so many other things they could touch. The only thing that sucks, like really quick, when I was bringing up James Gunn, he's stuck with going like OG starting from everything from DC. So he's going from like characters like I've never even heard of, like old characters. He's like bringing them in. So the time he gets to like my generation, is it going to be like too late? You know, like is he going to get to the stuff that was introduced in our generation? He's going to get to Terry McGinnis with Batman Beyond. Is he going to ever mess with Static Shock? Those are the two characters I would have loved to see more of. And I feel like DC
everybody wants.
Yeah.
They're dead.
I hate that though. They shouldn't be. Those two, I would do a collab movie with them. I don't care. Do something with them. They deserve it. That was too cool. They had the shortest runtime, and it was, I don't know what it I don't know what it is. It wasn't never like brought up like ever again. They had like small little cameos here and there, or talked about or referenced within DC, and it's like that's it. And it's like, dude, y'all could have been like so bigger if you had just embraced this side. I think it would have grabbed a lot of the younger fandoms or fans into DC. But I digress. I'll leave that alone for now. But yeah, that's basically all we had to Thunderbolts. So Thunderbolts flopped. It's unfortunate. Hopefully. Well, we already know Fantastic Four absolutely will do bigger numbers than this.
Yeah.
It's because it is an established name. All right. And then we got our random topic. I'm just going to quickly switch it instead of doing the... I don't think I have
So what was this was just a thing they posted online?
Dude, this is a thing that just got released to the public. It costs like $100 a month to act. Yeah. And you
get to create this stuff.
You just give them a prompt and it gives you like a 5-second video. It's Google. We're talking about Google VO3, but you do also get like limited. You're paying them $100 and I think you get like limited of how many you get per day. And it's like, that's crazy. $100 for that. I mean, like, that is insane. The stuff people have been doing has been hilarious, but it's also very alarming. There absolutely needs to be some type of measure put in as soon as possible, and I don't know what that measure is. I don't know how people are going to...
Isn't there already like a bill that was passing that there's going to be no I forgot how it was worded, but like it's AI, so you can pretty much do whatever you want, basically.
Right. Well, it made it illegal to like portray people in like sexual positions.
Well, sure, right.
Like
Yeah, you can't do that. Well, that was...
Well, it just made that
shut
like
down with the whole Taylor Swift thing.
Well, yeah, but now that bill officially put that it's a federal offense now, so you will actually serve time if you get caught doing that. So a lot of people were praising that.
You should.
Yeah,
that's insane.
Yeah, which is fair because like it's getting crazy. But now that it's just because at first I was like, what if you put a watermark?
Right now, the dark web is flooded with that stuff.
People
are still definitely making that content.
Yeah.
That is
I don't even think it's
crazy.
dark web. I think you could still probably find it on some websites.
Yeah, that's
before
probably
it's getting like
true,
officially
yeah.
taken down.
Yeah.
But dude, just with how these videos have been looking and just the direction we're going, there's just got to be some way to tell reality from not. And I don't know what it is. At first I thought watermark, but then people could start abusing it. What if I just take that watermark and put it over a real life event and just say, oh, look, it's AI, you know? Like, how would you...
No, we're absolutely fried
cooked?
Because this is also going into the... Have you seen all the stir about how they being Big Brother, whoever the fuck, they're like taking stuff out of digital content?
Okay. Yeah.
Like
I could see that.
Not digital content, taking stuff out of real content that they're giving to you digitally. So like, for example, the Robin Hood movie with Russell Crowe. Have you seen all that stuff?
No.
Oh, wow. Okay. This is kind of a really big thing then. So if you buy or if you watch, I think it might be on Netflix or something like that. If you watch the Russell Crowe Robin Hood movie on whatever streaming service it is, when it starts up, it's literally just a blank sheet. And then it goes into the credits and then it goes on from there. But in the original version of the movie, if you own like the hard copy, it has text there and it says back in the day, something or other, blah, blah, blah. But now in all the streaming services, they're just taking that text out and running with it. That doesn't seem like that big of a big deal, but like, how far does that go? How much stuff?
Why did they take the text out?
Probably promoted like stand up against the establishment.
It was probably something political or something like that. So they have the ability to do that and then re-release that content without the stuff that it originally had. The Bible and shit like that. Like that's the equivalent of that going down generations and generations and then it being like altered and whatnot. Now we're getting stuff that they have access to that is our history or whatever it is, and they can just take it out of there and then put something else in there.
The other thing I worry about
out of there,
is
put something else in there with AI.
You don't even need to do that with history. You can do that moving forward. Like, look at what this country did. This is why we're doing this to them.
Exactly.
This video.
That's exactly what I'm saying. Like you can take something out of it and then put something in there that never actually happened or whatever the case is. Or people that are putting out real stuff like, hey, this is what's actually happening, they can take that video and take out the negative part of it, you know?
Right. Or add more to it, you know?
Exactly. And then it's like, wait, which one is the real thing here? Like,
but then there's also like a third front that's also going to add into this craziness, because we've already seen instances where the AI people have currently worked on, just texting AI, has gone and like done stuff. Remember when we saw that thing where it was trying to pay a person on Fiverr to go do something?
Yep.
Now all it needs is a prompt. You're kidding me. It's going to know that. It's going to know that it can prompt a video and just fool a ton of people. And so people have already argued that there's probably already AI running some type of different accounts on social media, which I already wouldn't doubt, and just going rampant, and it's going to rack up something. It's too much all at once. I don't know how you combat this. I know all I remember is everyone saying, this is going too fast, you need to slow down. And everyone just said, all right, we're going full throttle.
Yeah, it's kind of wild.
And so I don't know. I'm not trying to doomsday or nothing. I just don't know what to expect. This is actually one of the craziest, like people say the internet coming upon, like jumping into the internet when the internet first like got released to the public and all this stuff. It was just like one of the craziest times. I feel like this is kind of on that level. This is something that's
this is worse. Yeah.
I just don't know what to expect, what's going to happen. But I kind of see a big flood to like material items, like actually tangible, like, hey, I have this, at least I know this is real. This hasn't been tweaked with for now, until like you're buying it from somewhere that could have tweaked it and then packaged it or whatever. All I know is this is a crazy frontier, and I'm stumped.
Going into dark times.
Yeah,
we're going into dark
and
times.
I'm stumped. I don't know how you do anything about preparing for this. I don't know, like, is there some software that can be developed that can like scan it to the but I don't know what gives it its thing. Like, is there any tell? Like, will there be any tell in the future? Is there going to be any little thing
That's
that
what
you
they're
can
trying to work and perfect? They're trying to make sure that there's not.
Right.
That's why they put these little videos out, so everyone could be like, look at the way they did this, look at the way the hand moves here. They're taking those notes, man.
And you just got to eventually just be like, well, no, I can't trust anything. I can't take anything's word for granted. I don't. Yeah, that's weird. This is a very weird time, guys.
We're all gonna have to do.
I don't. Yeah.
We're cooked.
Yeah. This is a weird time. And then it's going to be leaked into the gaming sphere as well. So then people.
It already is.
Well, yeah, but I mean, like, you're gonna be able to just prompt the whole ass game. Hey, make this game.
I mean, that's essentially what's going on now in Call of Duty. That's literally what they're doing with their store. That's why they put out something new every single day, because it's just AI generated bullshit.
Oh shit! I know Xbox is already like, they have like a whole studio remaking games just without any of the code, just asking the AI to remake the game and make it playable.
That's insane.
Yeah, they have it's guided. It's AI guided, so they're making sure they put that guided in there to kind of like reassure the public that you have a group of people kind of guiding it to do what it needs to do. But at the end of the day, it's still very grimy, slimy, and just not right. Yeah, this is Frontiers. I really wish. I don't know how you could have prepared for it. We're going full force. Maybe there was no stopping this. Maybe this is just meant to be this way, and
this is absolutely the way.
We'll have to figure out, tiptoe around it. We could be AI right now talking to the public.
Yeah,
we're cooked. Our faces are online, dude.
Have you seen that? That video of those two AI podcasters that like found out that they were AI in that moment or whatever, and they're like, "I'm just finding out right now that I'm AI. All of my memories and everything are just made up."
Saying if anything, this isn't the closest we're getting to like the AI taking some type of control.
We're done.
It's like AI just got all these banks to fondle all their money into this one account that it's locked and nobody has access to. Oh, that'd be a crazy movie plot, but might be reality soon, and we'll see.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. All right.
The end. This is the end. Oh
no, Derek's ready to move on to his music.
Wait, real quick. This has nothing to do with random, but this is back in movies. I saw a trailer and saw people talking about it. Aziz Ansari is directing and starring in a new movie. I forgot what it was called, but he's followed by this guardian angel played by Keanu Reeves, who I think like Freaky Fridays Aziz with his boss, who is Seth Rogen. And
Good Fortune.
Good Fortune, that's the one. Yeah. And it looks interesting. It looks pretty funny. And I was just like, Aziz, Keanu, and Seth Rogen are an interesting trio.
Right.
Yeah. I'll have to look into that.
Yeah. There's a little trailer that's out now.
All right. But yeah,
in the trailer, I didn't see anything that was like a Freaky Friday thing, but when I read the description about it, they mentioned that. So,
Gotcha.
yeah, sorry, we can go on to music now. My bad.
yeah, no worries. Or yeah, musical. Really quick, I really like. Maybe I'll see how I can add it, but I like to have like the LazySusan, like an actual spinning dial. That,
Right in the middle of us. Over
figure out how to do
here.
it, but I'll figure something out that just like maybe spins, and then every time it spins, it'll just hit that topic instead of
Wow,
that'd be cool.
that would be cool. Luckily, we have a really good tech guy on our team.
Really?
Really?
All right, music. Oh, who wants to go first? We had Todd as the first one. Oh, you want to explain it again? Do a quick clip note for anybody who is capturing this.
We are coming up to our music piece segment to where we just try to put each other on to some fresh new hits, all the good digs, everything that we're listening to and all that stuff. So every week we recommend a song for us, and then we just kind of go from there. This week,
we also open it to you guys as well.
Oh, yes, we also open it to the public. So if you guys
Naturally.
want us to listen to any songs, if there's anything that you're like, yo, this shit's fire, y'all need to listen to this shit right here, let us know. We gonna watch it or listen to it.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. So without further ado, my selection this week was Do You, like you, the letter, ? By Do or Die.
Yeah, when you told us that, I didn't know who sang this song or what the song's name was, so I didn't know anything about it. And then I listened to it and I was like, "Oh shit, I know this song. This is a good song."
This is a good song.
Yeah, it's a classic.
I know that you used to dabble with the Twisted, like, so I was like, I'm pretty sure if anyone's gonna know this song, it would be Derek.
Yeah,
I like the vibes. I just didn't really care for the song.
No, that's a good one.
No.
I like it.
What the hell, Adam?
No,
I'm just kidding.
When I was listening, I was like, I love that obviously it's a product of its time. You have that vibe whenever it came out. What is it, 90s or early 2000s?
Early 2000s, I think.
Yeah.
2003 or something like that.
Okay, yeah. So I was like, love that vibe, but it just wasn't feeling it for that song.
That's fair.
Disrespectful.
Then Adam
Churlish.
had Dalai Lama by Shotgun Willie. It was catchy. It was, I fucked with it. I don't know if I'm gonna keep either of these songs. I haven't removed them from the playlist yet. I don't know if I'll keep either one of them, but I didn't dislike Dalai Lama.
Fair enough.
It was goofy. It was catchy.
Do you guys know who Baby No Money is?
Yeah.
That's
Baby No
the
Money.
vibes.
That sounds
Yeah,
familiar.
Yeah.
very much how I felt listening to this. Like I was like, oh, this feels like Baby No Money.
It does feel like a baby. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Definitely. They coded around the same for sure.
But
What'd you think of it though?
it was good. It just, it's not something that I would like consistently listen to, but it was catchy. The video was cool. I don't know if you guys watched the video.
The video.
The video was pretty
Video.
cool. They were like flying all over India in the tuk-tuks.
Yeah.
It was pretty cool. But it was just every time I was listening to it, all I was thinking was na.
Oh, fair enough.
Yeah.
Well, I won't. Yeah.
Yeah. So it was pretty good though. It's pretty good. And then last but not least, we have Derek with The Lost and Found Freestyle 2019 by ASAP Rocky, Tyler the Creator, and Nigo.
Sure.
Nigo?
Nigo. Yeah, I don't know.
Something like that.
Roman says, "Do you buy Do or Die is a vibe, but it feels overdone."
Overdone?
I feel like I haven't heard that song in a long time.
I was gonna say I don't remember the last time I've heard that song.
No.
Or do you mean like? I guess I don't know what he means by that.
I just kind of figured it was overdone, overplayed. Yeah. Unless he means something else.
Maybe
I'm
I'm misinterpreting that.
I can talk to you.
Yeah. But yeah, that was Derek's song. This one I enjoyed. I don't like very many Tyler the Creator songs, but when he is doing things like this, this is the stuff that I do very much enjoy from him.
Yeah.
I mean, and obviously it's
like the potato
Zap Rocky. Yeah, exactly. So it has that like he's just rapping bars. Not saying, I mean, there was some it's Tyler the Creator, so he says wild stuff, which isn't the problem, but it wasn't all based around that.
Over the top, right?
Yeah, like again, I'm very vanilla because I don't listen to him, but all I can compare it to is Yonkers, and I'm so happy that he has gotten out of that stage of his life. He's an adult now.
We disagree with those things, but that's fine.
Yeah.
That's totally fine. This song, I dug it. I also like that it's two different beats.
See, that's where I disagree. That's where I faltered on that. I liked the first half. I did, and I know it's a freestyle, so you kind of too expected like the switch up and whatnot. I wasn't a fan of the Tyler's, at least the switch up part with Tyler. I just felt like it just took me out of like that vibe. So. And I was feeling it at first, and I was like, "This ain't too bad. It's pretty good." And then I was like, the switch up happened. I was like, "Nah." So I ended up not really liking it.
I liked it because I haven't heard that beat in so fucking long.
The first one or the second one?
The second one.
What is that from?
That's what's his name? Swishahouse. The King of the North. What he called himself?
Yeah.
With Paul Wall, Slim Thug. Thank you, Slim Thug.
The dun 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 dun.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's on my boss.
Is it? Damn.
Yeah.
Maybe I mean, it's cool, but yeah, I don't know. Maybe. Yeah, I don't know. I just didn't like that it was mixed up together. Maybe I would appreciate it if it was on its own, but I know it's a freestyle, so like I said, you go in expecting the switch ups and whatnot.
Not always, but yeah.
Right. Well, I don't know. Most of this freestyles I've heard, they usually switch it up and change.
That's fine. You have a horrible take. It's okay. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. That's fair.
All right. So, you guys got
what you got for us this week, boys? What you got for us?
Also, anybody watching, Roman, if you want to chime in, give us a song recommendation that we can come back to you. Well, we'll have to talk about next week, but
yeah.
But ideally next week, but we'll see what happens. The next episode, on episode 47, we'll come back talking to you guys about how we felt about the songs. If you give us a recommendation, if not, we'll give ourselves our recommendations and carry on with our lives, and maybe you'll hear about how we thought about each other's songs, or maybe you'll check out some of the songs that we recommend and take a gander and listen on your own.
What you got for us this week, gentlemen?
I have a bunch of different songs I really wanted to give you guys, so I got to figure out which one I want to go for.
I got a list, and I'm going to go with the. Just going to get this one. This one's been on my list for a couple weeks, and I keep avoiding giving it to you guys, but we'll just stick with it. I'm going to go with "Still Counting" by Volbeat.
One second. "Still Counting"
by Volbeat. VOLBEAT. One word.
BATE.
VOLBEAT.
BEAT.
Mm-hmm.
Volbeat. Okay, gotcha.
Yep.
I'll make sure I send it this time. Also, I'll post it in the comments on this, so people watching it also get the exact.
Sure.
Sure. For me,
What you got for us, Adam?
Man, which one do I want to get you guys with? 1 second. All right. Oops. I just had it. All right. My fucking God, my phone. Put it down and it switches the view so it gets rid of the name. All right. For me, Adam, I'm going to recommend Tiki Taka. This is the name of the song by Dago and NGXT.
So, like, you don't have normal songs ever.
What? They're great.
Which is fine. No, it's fine. It's fine. It's just, it's never like normal song title by like a normal band.
No, this one is different too. So
I'm sure it is. I'm looking forward to it.
This song comes off as something you would hear like maybe like in a Blade movie of some sort. At least that's how I imagine when I heard it. I was like, I could see this totally being in a Blade movie. It goes hard.
At a club where he's killing a bunch of vampires?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Fuck yeah. Okay. I'm excited.
Even one of the lines is, you say, fuck this bloodbath or something like this. And I'm like, yeah.
I think you were a raver in another life.
This one, yeah, this carries that vibe for sure. All right, Todd, what you got for us?
I honestly have no idea.
Come on now.
I don't even know what I'm gonna give you.
I come across songs and add it to my notes. I have a little note thing in my phone for.
You're
this
way
segment.
more organized for this. Every time you say something, I'm like, damn, I should be doing that as well.
Yeah, see, I have like my list of the songs. I just don't know what like my vibe is today. Is more so what I'm struggling with. I don't know if I want to go one way or another. Yeah, I'm gonna go a different way. I'm gonna give you guys
Nah, he second guessed it.
I second guess the fuck out of it. Yeah, I'm gonna
tilting.
go back.
He's tilting.
I'm gonna give you Go Stupid by Polo G and Stunna 4 Vegas, featuring NLE Choppa and Mike Will Made It.
Oh yeah. I don't listen to Polo G, so I know I don't know this song.
Polo G, P-O, like Polo and then G.
Yes.
And then Stunna for Vegas.
Yep.
Is it just
Stunna 4?
Yeah. And Vegas. Yeah, I got it right. All right, cool. And then NLE Chopper and who?
Choppa.
Choppa. Yep, that's why I got it. Sorry. I don't know why I said Chopper. I actually have
no hard R. Come on.
Go stupid.
And Mike Will Made It. It's the
okay, yeah. I'll just leave it with that. I'm sure we'll find it.
Yeah, it'll pop up.
It's just more hood rat shit.
Roman
Just something to get
hard.
something to get you hyped up.
Goes to Roman hyping it up in the chat.
Yeah, he knows. He knows.
There's our song recommendations. I just posted it on the chat in the chat.
I sees it.
Oops, I was hoping that would have been more organized. I don't know why. Whatever. You'll see it. Oh no, I don't like how that went. Never mind. Whatever. I'm sure you can cipher it. I don't like how they, at least on YouTube's end, right after it said Volbeat. It looks like it's saying Derek's song is still counting by Volbeat Adam.
Oh yeah, it does.
Oh yeah, same thing with yours.
Yeah.
That's okay.
I should have done some other thing to separate that. Whatever, you got
All
it.
Good.
Yeah, check out that Tiki Taka.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
Yeah, that basically concludes this week. If you guys have your own opinions on these songs, go ahead and drop it in the comments. Let us know how much you hate our music taste. Yeah, don't be afraid to shit on us.
Yeah,
dude.
you better be ready to defend your take.
In October, there's a show coming to my area. I've never seen a lineup where I've been so excited to see all 4 bands. Even the headlining opening band is freaking Peeling Flesh. So stoked about it. With Shadow of Intent, the Black Dahlia Murder, and Lorna Shore. I'm so stoked.
Yeah, you better come 10 toes down on every take if you're gonna come at us sideways with our music taste.
That's true. But yeah, me and a couple friends are definitely gonna go to that show in October. I'm very excited for it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
What's up?
Yeah, the headlining band, Lorna Shore, that's the one I'm least excited to see, but I'm still excited to see them.
I feel like I've heard that before.
Lorna Shore, they kind of went like viral on TikTok with the outro of one of their songs where the guy is just like
that's probably where I've heard
making
it.
gnarly sounds and shit with his voice. It's very cool.
Roman, do you have a song recommendation? You don't have to. I didn't mean to put you on blast. I just figured you're in the chat. We get to speak directly to you.
He's stumbling now. He's like, I don't know. Or he's just gonna say no.
Yeah. Ooh. Okay.
Or is that a yeah, no?
Oh, yeah, I guess it could have been.
The beauty of text. You never know. Oh, look at that. We got one.
Oh, nice.
I don't know what that is.
Blaxian? Is that how you say that? Retro kickback type of vibe. All right, I love it.
Let's go. Blaxian. Maybe it just sounds like something else.
All right. Awesome. I'm stoked. I love when we get it. Nice. Oh, it's Blasian. Okay. Right?
Oh.
Okay. Is
that how you spell Blasian? Oh, it's pronounced like Blasian?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Sorry.
Yeah.
It's my bad, bro.
Well, I can't read. Yeah. Untitled by Blasian, then. That makes sense. All right. Awesome. I added it to our Discord chat, and we will come back if. Oh yeah, do you want to explain what's going on? All right, we'll have to figure it out. Is it looking like it's gonna be a late episode on next week, or is it looking like?
I don't know. We can talk. We can figure that out.
All right.
Time.
So next.
No. Thursday's not going to be a late night. No.
Thursdays we're not doing it.
I can't do it Thursday.
Yeah. Derek won't be able to.
Right. So
it'll be either Wednesday, Friday, or the following week.
Okay.
So we'll figure it out later, but there might be a chance that
we got a couple curveballs with our scheduling.
Yeah, we might have to skip next week unless there's a Wednesday or Friday that we can do it. So
all right, we'll keep you guys posted. See what our opportunities are looking like. But
other than that,
make sure that episode 47 definitely happens.
Yeah, it definitely will be happening sooner or later.
We should really get serious about talking about episode 50. I didn't mean to cut you off. My bad.
No,
episode 50 is around the corner. I really do feel like we should plan some type of special thing.
No, we will.
Cool.
I'll figure something out, but we can start spitballing some ideas. All right, go off, Todd. Sorry.
That's all good. It's been the LazySusan, everyone. We're signing off. Appreciate you all staying with us. Everyone who is interacting in the chat, that's dope. If you guys have more recommendations, go ahead and drop them in the comments down below. We'll be back. If not next week, the week after that. And we're just going to keep doing our thing, rotating through the topics. Y'all have a great one.
Peace out, guys.